What's up? It's your buddy Mark. I'm about to cover GH from yesterday, Tuesdays, and it was a lot better than I expected. The Nurses Ball was starting, which I actually do kind of enjoy. The red carpet event. I like how they make like every character as a celebrity. Of course, today there was really no good examples. Everyone did kind of have important jobs, except for Lulu's boyfriend, school teacher. But they make like everyone's like a celebrity, every cast member. Um, but I do enjoy the red carpet. I'm not a big fan of the ball, unless it's pretty girls singing. There's been a few I liked. I like the Dear Husband. I love Sabrina. So I'm trying to think. There was another one I liked. There's not many though. Anyway, I don't know if there'll be any I like this year. I can't see Sasha performing. I think she's the most beautiful right now. Willow's absolutely adorable, but I can't think of any girls that Christina. She's never done it, so I can't say I do it now. I think Christina's so pretty also. Anyway, let's just get to today's. Like it was better than I thought. A lot of characters in it because it's Nurses Ball, or actually this year it's Nurses Telethon. It's different. It's weird. Of course, that's something to do with the virus. All right, so it starts. Nina's mic'd like she has been the last couple of years, but she's teamed up with Carly. It's like ever since Nina testified badly against Nell, Carly and Nina are like best friends. And I just wrote it was funny seeing their friends. And I wrote to myself, I wonder who's gonna sing. Like, I don't know. I just can't. I have no idea. And then they were talking about how this year is going to be different. It's going to be a telethon, and it's just a little weird. And then it shows. Oh, Sam's back, the real Sam. It was weird. It showed her in Jason's hospital room. She was saying that she was leaving for Nurses Ball soon, and she's telling him, please stay in the hospital bed. I know it's the time for you to make an escape. And I probably watched for a minute, and it dawned on me, oh, it's Sam! And, like, it just made me so happy, because, oh, man. Nothing against the other chick. Like, I wouldn't mind if she got another role. But, it was just, there was no chemistry. I'm so happy it's the real Sam. And I wonder if they'll even bring up what the other Sam did about selling the stock. I'm sure they'll bring it up again. Not selling the stocks, but giving the proxies away to the 18. But it's almost like Sam didn't do it. It's almost like that person, that wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like it wasn't really her. But anyway, she's just telling Jason stay in the hospital room. Chose Willow and Michael. Like I said, Willow's just adorable. She's a sweetheart. She's exactly the type of girl I want. I like all types of girls. I would have thought I liked brunettes. I would have thought I liked blondes till late in life when I was dating a brunette, and I think I may have said before we were dating or said in past that I like blondes. She was like, "You say you like blondes," but she brought up you've been in love with Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. You said forever. Now, and at the time, this is like 10 plus, this is more, it's like 15 years ago. She's like, now you're in love with Mila Kunis from the 70s show, which I still am, and you're dating a brunette. She's like, I think you like brunettes, and ever since then, she might be right, but it doesn't really matter to me. But anyway, Willow, she's just so adorable, and because I like heart. She's got heart, and she's sweet. I'm such a sucker for a sweetheart. Like, that's what I like, you know? Anyway. So, alright, so then Willow said, Michael said to Willow, we don't have to go. Because I can almost guarantee you, I haven't seen today's, but it'll probably be Fridays. Nell's going to kidnap Wiley. She has the tracker device. She's already got it planted. And then Michael said, we don't have to go. And then Willow's saying, no, I want to. And so then she goes to get dressed, even though they're only wearing t-shirts this year. But, so then the next scene is Nell looking at her tracking device. And, you know it's coming almost. They made this one a little too obvious. Because at the end of the Nurses Ball, something big always happens. A couple years ago, Duke Lavery got killed after Nervous Ball. I don't know. Usually something big happens. And then, so I just wrote that, think that, that Nell's gonna kidnap, Wiley, sorry. Alright, then went to commercial, more Carly and Nina on the red carpet, and then the first one to show up, Valentine. I mean, I would never be the first, I would never be the first one to show up anywhere. If there was a party, you gotta be fashion late, Valentine. Get a clue, get some style, you know? The first one there. And you don't even have a date, you don't even, like, got someone to make, about Nina jealous. Anyway, and so then Michael and Willow. I just wrote Willow so cute. She was really impressing me in this episode. Anyway, and then Sonny shows up actually next. And I'm happy he brought up Stone and Robin. The reason why the Nurses Ball began, because Stone was Sonny's friend who died from AIDS, and then Robin got AIDS from him, and then that's what brought like the good out in Sonny. Because at first, I didn't watch back then. He wasn't the best guy at first, you know, but it's like after he got the money and security, he started to do good things with his money, which is exactly what I would do if I had a lot of money too, you know, even if I made it in a sleazy way. It's like that Tupac song, yo, I made a G today. Tupac says, yeah, but he made it in a sleazy way. It's true, you know. Anyway, so my handwriting is so bad. Because I'm on the next paragraph. So Sonny shows up. Carly, of course, he talks about Stone and Robin. Carly gives him a big hug. And then more Sam and Jason. It was just nice to see them back together. They really weren't saying much. Then next shows up is Franco. And then, of course, and it was kind of ironic because Valentine showed up, who's Nina's ex. Sonny shows up, who's Carly's husband and ex bunch of times. Then Franco showed up, they're both Franco's last two girlfriends. Franco went off Carly, Nina, now he's on to Elizabeth. So, anyway, I just thought that was interesting. And then, so they're asking, where's Elizabeth? And right when they asked, Nicholas is a little bit behind them, says, yeah, where's Elizabeth? Oh, I can't stand this new Nicholas. I want to deck him. And anyway, so on to the next thing. So Nick shows up right behind them with Ava, of course. Oh, and I wrote this. They're all just wearing t-shirts that say Nurses Ball 2020 on them. The girls look really cute in them. Some of the guys looks kind of funny, like Sonny and just all of them. But Ava's the only one that had to wear like a badass black leather jacket. Like Sonny didn't do that. Julian didn't do that. Valentine didn't do that. Franco didn't do that. But Ava, that's what I was saying with the portrait. I'm sure they're trying to go for this. You can't be more vain. It's like everyone else just wore the t-shirt. Nothing, you know, just the dorky t-shirt, you know. And I'm sure a lot of people would love to wear a cool black leather jacket over it. But nope, not Ava. Bitch. Anyway. And then so Carly is, of course, giving Ava attitude. And then Carly and Nina, they see Franco sticks up for Ava a little bit. They're talking about the painting and blah, blah, blah. And then you see it a little bit. That Carly and Nina, both, that's what I was saying, both being Franco's ex, they see that he's starting to have an eye for Ava. And Carly hates Ava, but Nina and Ava, I think, are friends now. Or they are friends now, but they hate each other so long. Then it shows Curtis and Jordan. The phone rings, and it's an unknown caller. And then Jordan says, let it go to voicemail. Curtis says, nah. He picks it up, and no one answers. It has to be Cyrus, right? You know. Then anyway, this is interesting. It shows a point of showing that Monica stays home. Nell better not hurt Monica. And Jason will put a bullet in her head then, which she deserves. When she does go, she'll be a great murder mystery. Because she's blackmailed all the people you don't want to blackmail. After already having Sonny and Jason have been dead against her. And Carly. Then a lot of characters this one. Ned and Olivia show up. Of course it has to be a lot, because it's a nurse's ball. Then Robert shows up right behind them. And there's a little thing going on with Olivia and Robert. Robert, geez, he's old, but he's still got game. But anyway, and they threw a little shot, because at this point, it was Olivia, Ned, Carly, and Nina. He said, "You ladies all look beautiful." He said, "You too, Ned." I just thought it was funny. Like, he's not even a big dude, but he's still like Mr. Tough Guy. And you don't I've known dudes that are short and just tough as shit, though. It doesn't, your height doesn't matter shit. I've known tall dudes that nothing. Anyway, so I thought that was funny. Nina did look good. She was in a sparkly red dress that had no back, so yeah, she looked good. And then Sam and Spinelli show up together. God, writing his name's hard. His nickname now in my writing, Spell. And then Franco calls Elizabeth. She says she's working. What the fuck? I tried to drop down the F-bombs, but she's been the nurse, like, as long as the show's been going on. If there's any nurse that should be the nurse's ball, it's Elizabeth. Come on now. Why is she at work? It just drove me crazy. And then Lulu and Dustin showed up. That's what I thought was funny, because they're like, "Oh, Lulu, the reporter for the Invader," and then Dustin, a second grade teacher. Nothing against teachers, but he's just not like celebrity level. Not that Sonny is, but you know, you look at the other people. Robert, they called him a super spy. Franco, the famous painter. Valentine, the CEO of ELQ. You get what I'm saying? Like, Sonny, the alleged mobster, but coffee importer. And so this is a second grade teacher. And even Lulu, the reporter for the newspaper, a second grade teacher isn't on that status. But I guess maybe he was a +1. I don't know. I'm talking a little bit too much. I might be doing too long. Liz is talking to Jason about Franco, which is dumb. You know Jason's opinion is going to be biased. Jason immediately thinks Franco's turning back to his old ways. Then Michael and Willow show up to Nurse's Ball. I'm going to try to speed it up now. Then went to commercial. Then Curtis and Jordan show up Nurse's Ball. Sam, Sonny, they're talking about Sasha for some reason. I forget how it came up. I think Sam brought it up, how she didn't think Chase was the cheating type. And Sonny said, "I don't think they really cheated." And I can't remember, did Carly, I know Carly knows the truth. Did she tell Sonny? Or Sonny, he's smart. He doesn't think it's real at all. So anyway, then it shows Nell. She's got her tracker. She's watching it. Snelly, not sneaks behind her. He goes in the back room. They made a point of saying that Snelly put up all the cameras and did all the tech work. So he sees Nell, like, looking at her phone, like, all concentrated. And he's just like, "What you doing?" And it kind of surprises her. Nell, such a bitch, turns around, says, "Oh, what are you doing back here? Looking for Maxie?" It must really hurt that Maxie's with that Peter August guy. Why do you gotta be so mean? What has really Spinelli even done to you? She's just, I hate her so much. And then, alright, so then out of nowhere, Nell just starts to tell Spinelli dirt on Peter. He says that when she was married to Shiloh, that Shiloh told him some crazy things about Peter, that how he's the one that was responsible for Drew's kidnapping, that he was blackmailing Peter to get him out of prison. Nell just told everything. And then, so then went to commercial. More Franco and Ava. I hate that I try to build these two up as a couple. I hate it. And then Lulu, she's talking to Maxie. Just nothing really. I should have brought that up. Jordan gets text, says she has to go. She won't tell Curtis who it is. Then Nell just, she just tells everything about Peter that she knew. Just kind of went on more about what I just said. I might have skipped ahead a little bit. Brando shows up. Of course, he runs straight into Sam. More Avo and Franco stuff. And then, of course, I forgot to mention, Liz decided, when talking to Jason, that she was going to go nurse's ball. And I was thinking, wasn't it yesterday you were at work and you said you weren't going to go watch the portrait released? And they said those nights were back-to-back. Because, and so it's two nights in a... I understand Liz has to be the nurse's ball. I just said that. But 2 nights in a row, you're just going to take off in the middle of work? Like, come on now, people. Put a little realistic in it. Or, you know, maybe Liz was trying to put in some hours and then heading to the ball. Or either night she could have said something like that. Alright, so I lost my spot. And, of course, Liz walks in. She's mad. Willow, she's just having a good time with the ball. You know, it's very different this year. Then it shows Monica picking up the toy. They made a point of showing this. They left the stuffed animal has a tractor on it down in the living room. Monica brought it up. They made a point of showing us, bringing it upstairs to Wiley's crib so he'd have it with them. And then they cut from that to Nell watching the tracker. And then Julian shows up, asks her, Nell, why am I here? I don't know what she has planned. I don't know what her plans have to do with Julian. Neither does he. Spinelli wants to talk to Robert, even though Robert's talking up Olivia big time. They're flirting. A lot of flirting going along. Spinelli, of course, wants to talk to Robert. He tells Robert everything that Nell just said. And then just Maxie and Lulu talking about Maxie's pregnancy. And then, okay, so the video will be pretty short. Then the red carpet over. Okay, then there is some good stuff at the end, though. Jordan goes to... am I going ahead to tomorrow's? No, this is today, at least. Yeah, I'm not doing previews. Jordan goes to the docks to meet someone. We don't see his face, but, says, oh, you look good for a dead guy. It has to be Taggart. I thought for a while that he wouldn't just sacrifice himself like that. Maybe he had a bulletproof vest on. I think he faked that death. Who can know for sure? But who else could it be besides Taggart? And why make it? He hasn't been on the show for years. And then to come back just for that quick. And then it's just showing how different it is. They're all getting seated. Everyone's paired up. And they put on headphones. They got the telephones. And then just the phones start ringing. And you hear people say, thank you for your donation. And it's just very different this year. Even though Lucy, she did get on stage like normal, but she didn't show a crowd of people. I don't know why. They could have had the same people in the back in the crowd, but I don't know why they're doing a telethon style this year. Because it has to be virus related, but I don't understand why. But anyway, the big end was, who is Jordan talking to? It's got to be Taggart. I haven't seen today's yet, so some of you might know. I doubt you'd watch the show and then watch me. But anyway, I'm going to find out tonight. I'm going to try to get you the video tonight. And I want to be on track, but the nurse's ball stuff usually kind of bores me. Till Fridays. Fridays, but I already know. They made it too obvious what's going to happen Friday. Nell's going to kidnap Wiley. It's a little too obvious this time. Like, we didn't know Duke Lavery was going to die. That was a little bit of a shock. Anyway. Alright, I'm sorry, I don't want the video to get this long, but it got there. It's your buddy Mark. Hope you enjoyed this. Peace.